I wanted to make this video, um, kind of to talk about uh, my last go around at the Baptist church. Um, it's kind of interesting. Um, the thing that stood out was the guy that was talking. Um, he was saying something about uh, feeling like God wasn't uh, being there for you, or I don't know, pretty much God letting you down, feeling that way. And if God knows the way I feel, He knows that I feel that way. Like He's let me down, it's game over. You know what I mean? He knows I feel that way right now. That's why I'm like, Bibbles, you take over. Because God knows I think it's over. And when I think it's over, I'm getting out of here. Eventually, officially getting out of here. God knows that. So, anyways, I feel like I suffered and stayed alive years and years longer than I had to, basically, for nothing. And God knows that. Like, that's how I feel. I stayed alive for nothing. I suffered longer than I had to. I should have stayed dead at age 29. Should have stayed dead. God knows I feel that way now. Should have stayed dead. Shouldn't be here. God knows I feel that way now. But hopefully the videos help people. They really do. Hopefully, even though even though my life is over, maybe the videos help somebody out there. You know what I mean? And God knows I've tried my best, but I'm just exhausted. My best effort has just left me exhausted. Like I'm burnt out. Just like I can't even enjoy anything, anyways. So, but anyways, a scripture that the guy was saying at the Baptist church that I've heard before, and I think God wanted me to read it again. Because I don't think the things I hear at church is no accident. Um, so in the scriptures in Genesis chapter 50, verse 20. But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good, to bring to pass, as it is this day, to save much people alive. And I think God wanted me to read that scripture again of like the evil that was done to me throughout life. God wanted to mean it for His good in the end, with me. I think that's what it's all been about, all that evil against me. He wants to eventually make it for good, for His benefit, He wants to use me, basically. Just use me like everybody else. You know what I mean? But oh well, So, I don't know. So I guess I'm here to help save people that are alive, That's what I've always thought. Like I'm here to help the most severe cases that survived. Psychopaths, religion, all of it. The most severe cases that somehow survived and escaped. I'm here to help them. And that's what I've always felt. Like God's just keep me alive to help those people. Even though I'm burnt out and don't want to be here anymore. And I admit that. I put my best effort I could ever put together. I'm still burnt out. It's over. It is over. It's just all that's left is the final blow. The final blow is all that's left for me. Like always. Always and forever, just that final blow. But always want God to make the final blow instead of me, but he never does. So I'm like, damn it, he's gonna make me do it. But anyway, I just thought it interesting that that's what the Baptist guy was saying. Like, if you're feeling discouraged because like God didn't come through for you and let you down, it's a sin to feel discouraged. Sin, so I guess I'm sinning now again by being discouraged in God. It's always my fault that God doesn't come through or even comes close to coming through. It's my fault still. The message of religion, it's always your fault, not God's fault. Message of religion, your fault, not God's fault. Didn't have enough faith to be healed, to be helped by God. It's your fault. Message of religion, your fault, not God's fault. But I digress again. But anyway, as I was saying in a comment I just made, I'm like, I'm surprised I have any subscribers. I'm always surprised that I have subscribers. You know what I mean? I am. I've been through such insane abuse in life that I'm like against God about it. I'm like, fuck you, man. That's how bad it was that I'm like turned against God. But I'm trying to work through that day by day. I am. I'm like, okay, God, he might be a good guy. God might be a good guy. He might be really helping me. He might have my best interests in mind. In the end, he might have my best interests in mind. God won't let me hang in like he did in the past. He won't betray me like he did, like I felt in the past. He won't do that this time. Like I'm trying to really convince myself, God won't do this. Leave me hanging this time, He'll come through this time. Somehow God will come through this time when he never did most of my life. Never did most of my life. Now God will come through. So anyway, but yeah, I'm surprised I have subscribers. They're going down, which might be a good thing. Less pressure. They're going down. Subscriber count is going down. Because God is the one that brought the subscribers in the first place. So I'm like trying to push them away. No more Christianity. I'm getting Christianity religiosity overload. Getting overloaded, push them away. Too much love, maybe, coming my way. Can't handle it, But yeah, I had a procedure done recently that's kind of left me kind of hurting. So that's kind of why I'm hurting right now. But I'm always hurting. I try to fix all these injuries. I never get anywhere. It seems like I fix one, there's another one. I fix another one, there's another one. There's no end to these injuries. That's another reason why I want out of here. Just like, this is ridiculous, God, get me out of here. I wouldn't even have these injuries if you just would have defended me. Through many things, just defended me. I wouldn't have all these injuries, but I digress. Suffered most of my life because of God's absence, basically. But it doesn't matter. They were talking, I know I'm all over the place, but it doesn't matter. At least I'm honest about it to people. I'm like, I do think it's over for me. I'm honest about it. Like, I don't see how this can go well for me. If I keep going as is, even though I'm trying to change for the better and I'm progressing, this still won't end well for me. It still won't. And God knows I feel that way. There's no happy ending to this. None. There's no happy ending to this road. None. That I can see. In my opinion, there's no happy ending. At all. Just like staying alive through suffering, just to stay alive through suffering. That's all I'm doing. Extending the suffering, staying alive through suffering. Maybe help God in the process. While I'm staying alive through some more suffering, maybe help God in the process with videos. But at the same time, I'm getting screwed over, Same time, I'm getting screwed over, I'm going to be left hanging. You know what I mean? And God knows that's how I feel. I'll eventually be broke again, Financially, mentally, physically, Despite my best efforts. That's what I'm saying. It's like that Linkin Park song. In the end, tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it doesn't matter. That's like my theme song. Tried so hard, got so far. In the end, it didn't even matter. That's my theme song. God knows it's like I tried so hard, got so far. In the end, it didn't even matter. It's so true. That song is so true by Linkin Park. If you haven't heard that song, listen to it. That's my life story. Tried so hard, got so far. In the end, it didn't even matter. But anyways, something that the Baptists were saying. The guy in the front was saying like, Lucifer's downfall is he wanted to be better than God. He wanted to be above God. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't even want to become a God at all, or better than God either anymore. I'm just a burnt out, beat up soldier down here that just wants a quick death. That's all I am now. I'm a beat up soldier that just wants a quick death from God. That's all I want right now. I just want the quick death. That's it. Quick, nothing. You know what I mean? That's all I want. God knows it. I'm just a beat up soldier. I don't care about glory. I don't care about rivalry with Jesus. I don't care about any of that anymore. Just kill me. Just an honorable, quick death. Just do it. So everybody thinks, oh, he died peacefully. Just do it like that, you know. But no, God keeps extending this. He's like, oh, there's still hope. There's still hope. There isn't. He knows, I know there isn't hope. I'm pointlessly suffering. I am. Totally. To nowhere. I'm pointlessly suffering to nowhere, and God knows it. No matter what choices I make to better my life, doesn't matter. It's going nowhere. And God knows I think that way, you know. But I do, like, even if I do pass away, I want my videos to help that scapegoated kid. This is no bullshit. That was held hostage most of his life. That thought he could never get away his whole life. That scapegoated kid that eventually escapes. You know what I mean? And then when he escapes, he watches my videos. Or he's watching my videos while he's being held hostage. You know what I mean? And sees that there's hope. You know, someone actually got away. Someone actually escaped. That's what I want him to see. Even if I die, doesn't matter. I escaped. I did. God knows I did escape. I escaped the hostage situation. I was grown up and I escaped it. So this is for that scapegoat that felt let down by God his whole life. This is for you. These videos are for you. That's it. I don't care about everybody else. I don't care about everybody else. It's that loner scapegoat that no one gave a fuck about. That felt God abandoned him, that he felt God didn't give a fuck about him. That's who this videos are for. That kid in a hostage situation that felt abandoned by God his whole life, betrayed by God his whole life. These videos are for that kid. That kid, these videos are for you. No bullshit. Everybody else can unsubscribe. It's for that one kid that was held hostage most of his life, that escaped. Gave him hope to escape. You know what I mean? These videos are for you. They are. God knows it. They're not even for God. I don't do these videos for God. I do these videos for that one kid that felt let down by God. Because I know how that feels. You know what I mean? These videos are for you. For real. You know? Everybody else can go to the wayside. I don't care. I can go to subscriber count 0. I don't care. As long as it helped that one kid that was held hostage most of his life to keep going. You know? When there was no hope, to keep going. Because you saw me. That kept going. In the aftermath. Even if I die, I still escape for a while. You know what I mean? I escaped for a while. God knows it. I did escape for a while. Even if I die, I did escape. Don't you forget. Yeah. There was hope for a little while. But anyways. But it is crazy. I'm like, Everybody's like, he's been let down by everybody, even by God. He's not even dead. He's not even given up totally. I'm still breathing, you know. I totally feel like God won't come through on anything. At this point, I do that. You know, that's why the Baptist guy was talking about it, because God knows that's how I feel. Like he won't come through for anything. I'm just like, I'm just alive for no reason, you know. This is going to end badly for me. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm going to face homelessness? Gotta check out. Gotta check out, you know. That's where I'm at. Because I don't believe that God will make it so I won't be homeless if the time comes that I will be homeless. You know what I mean? So I have to be ready. You know what I mean? For sure. Like I said, I've always, in the back of my mind, I've always been, I'm going on this road, but I know God will let me down. You know what I mean? Like that's why I think this will end in my death by me. God will let me down. You know what I mean? So I'll have to. He'll let me down like he did most of my life, basically. Like I'm just waiting for, like I'm cautiously going forward. Okay, cautiously going forward. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, you're an idiot. You know, God's gonna betray you. God's gonna let you down again, and you're gonna be left hanging again. For real, this whole way. That's why I never say subscribe. Like I said, I never say subscribe for a reason. Never. Because I think this will end badly for me. That's how little faith I have in God from my whole life growing up. Little faith in God to come through for me. That's how little faith I have. It's no bullshit. I'm not making it up. Like I said before, if there was someone that was most disappointed in God in their life, it's me. I was the most disappointed in God. 100%. Throughout most of my life. That's why I fucking listened to angry music and heavy metal. I was disappointed in God himself. You know what I mean? And that's what heavy metal sings about, is being disappointed in God. It is. For good reason. For good reason, you know. But anyways. But yeah, God's just keeping me alive to help other people that have, according to the scripture, you know. God meant that the evil that was done to me, he meant it for good eventually, you know. To save much people alive. But he knows I'm so burnt out that I don't even care to help him anymore. I'm so burnt out. I don't believe God will do anything to help me from this point forward. I'm so burnt out. Like, people are watching me. They're like, man, he's tired. Like, I am tired. I'm burnt out. 100%. From the effort I did to this point to stay alive, just to stay alive, be above water. Because most of the time, it's me alone. It is me alone most of the time. And I have to depend on God to do everything else. You know what I mean? I do. To keep me alive, keep me afloat. But at this point, I don't think God can deliver on things. Mainly just one thing, you know, because it's not even close to even happening. So I'm just like, and I'm in pain every day, and I'm not even healed mentally. No matter what professional I see, doesn't matter. You know, I've seen so many professionals, it would make your head spin. I've seen more professionals than any person alive. I have. God knows I have. That's how much shit I've been through in my life. I've seen so many professionals, more than anybody that's ever lived. I've seen that many professionals. I'm like, I want to get better so I don't get locked up, basically. But no matter who I saw, I couldn't fix the damage. No matter who I saw, and God knows it. I'm like, shit. This is getting nowhere. I can't be healed from this. And that's why I said in another video, I'm like, God, you knew I could never be healed, but you let me go to all these professionals trying to get healed. You let me act like an idiot trying to get healed from all these professionals. And you knew the whole time that I couldn't be healed. You knew the whole time. And I feel that is true. God knew the whole time I could never be healed. Never. But I could help some people while I'm alive still. I could help some people according to scripture. Yeah. But anyways. So despite my negativity, maybe I've helped somebody. hopefully I've helped someone, despite my negativity and thinking it's over for me. Yeah. So yeah, Bibbles, you're in charge. If I die or be locked up or be homeless, you're in charge, Bibbles. Don't you forget it. Depending on you to be there for all the severe cases of scapegoating. No bullshit. It's no bullshit. I'm not making it up. Not making it up. And another scripture that was read that I've said before, but it was read to me again at the Baptist church. Yeah. I'm learning scriptures, Like I said, I'm learning, yeah. Eventually, I'm learning them, yeah. Oh, Romans 12:21, and this is from the Man on Fire movie as well that I showed before. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. So that's God telling me, try not to be overcome by evil. Try not to sink, It's tough. I'm supposed to overcome evil with good. There's not much good left in me. God knows that I don't feel like there's much left in me to give, goodness wise, It's true. I'm a burnt out soldier. I am. Burnt out. God knows it. Just like shit. Maybe I did go through more than Jesus could help. Maybe. Maybe I went through that much. Jesus couldn't help me. It's possible. Like I've always felt my whole life. Like I went through way too much for Jesus to help. Maybe he could help me if he would have stepped in back in the day. Maybe he could help me now if he did that, so there wasn't so much damage. But just like shit, maybe I have been thinking that maybe I did go through more than the real Jesus. Maybe I did. It's possible. Even though I'm alive and I don't know how I'm alive. I've said that before. I'm like, maybe, but sometimes I doubt. I'm like, maybe I did go through more than Jesus can heal. Maybe. It's possible. I do think that these days. I'm like, very discouraged. Discouraged to the point where I'm like, Bibbles, you're in charge. You're in charge, So. God knows I'll find a way to get off the planet if I have to. If I have to, God knows I'll find a way to get off the planet successfully. He knows I will. And that's where I'm at. I'm like, shit. Now God's let me down. Shit, yeah. Because I'd rather just die than just be left hanging. I would. I'd rather just die than be left hanging by God. I would, 100%. Be left hanging by the God that left me hanging as a kid. Be left hanging by him as an adult. Because God knows I don't have anybody but him now. The God I felt left hanging by. So he knows I'll find a way to end my life. You know what I mean? If push comes to shove. You know what I mean? So I've always felt this. You have the right to get off the planet if God cannot help you or heal you. You have the right. I've always felt that, especially if he watched you get abused to the ground. You know what I mean? Without intervention, you have the right to get off the planet. Fuck what everybody else says. Fuck what everybody else says. But I'm trying not to think that way. Be hopeful, like, oh yeah, we can do this, But for us to do this, God has to be reliable. Fully. He does. 24/7. God has to be fully reliable. Have all our backs 24/7. Which I doubt he does for me. I do, especially lately. He knows I doubt this, for sure. But anyways, that's all I want to say for this video. But Did my best. I really did my best. But it was for naught. It was all for naught. Like that song says, in the end, it didn't even matter. In the end, it didn't even matter. My best effort didn't even matter. It really didn't. Didn't even matter. At least with Jesus' effort, it mattered. His effort mattered. With my effort, it didn't matter. You know what I mean? That's the difference. You know, his effort back in the day actually mattered for humanity. His effort mattered. My effort these days didn't matter at all. Just like, goddamn. All these years I could have been dead and been a spirit in hell or something. But no. I had to keep going and extend this suffering, you know. But this whole time I could have been dead, you know. Going where spirits go, you know. Outside of this painful body, you know. Meet up with my friend Chad, you know, in the afterlife. Who knows, you know. But in order for this road to work, I have to fully believe that God's a better person than me, a more reliable person than me, a more trustworthy person than me. And I don't think that. And I'm not even the most trustworthy good person there is. So that's how much I think less of God. I don't think he's as a good a person as even me to be reliable for anything. And I'm being honest about that. I don't. I'm completely honest about that. I've questioned God's integrity my whole life. My whole life I've questioned his goodness and integrity. No bullshit. I'm not making it up. So if you question God's goodness your whole life, you're not alone. I have as well. So right now I feel like God's in a weird spot. You know, I'm like, I'm discouraged. Like I don't think God can deliver on anything that he said back in the day. It's not even coming close to fruition. Nothing I was told has come close to fruition. Nothing. So I'm like, I walked all this way for nothing. I suffered more than I had to for nothing. Literally. That's all. So I'm just like going day by day. I'm like, just beat up soldier, slave. You know, I'm like, I lost. God can't deliver. I'm out of here. You know, I'm out of here mentally. Really, I'm like, I'm out of here mentally. That's the thing. I'm gone. I'm like, I quit mentally, and I admit that. So God knows I've been locked up. You know, so I know what it's like to have no hope. And locked up, officially locked up. God knows I've been in that position. You know, and I'd rather be dead than face that again. And God knows it. I'd rather be dead than be locked up again. 100%. Anyways, more positive note. I'm gonna try to work today, you know. Keep going forward anyways, you know. Discouraged in God again, doesn't matter. Keep going, yeah. Because I'm crazy like that. That's how crazy this road is. Like I even think God was left to the wayside. I think God's left to the wayside as far as reliable people for me. God, even God's to the wayside now. I feel like it's just me now. I'm like, shit, it's just me. It's me alone, you know? Somehow things have got to happen. Things have got to work out. It's just me alone. Like, it's okay. It's okay. We already anticipated God would abandon us. We anticipated this. Don't worry. We're going to keep going anyways. We anticipated. God went back to my family. He went back to look over my family of origin. He went back. So, it's just us now. Just me. Solo. And I'll help all the people I can in the meantime, you know. Anyway. God won't come through for me, doesn't matter. I'll help the people anyways. While I can, you know. Anyways. Doesn't matter. God doesn't owe me anything. He doesn't owe me anything. He wasn't there for me as a kid. He doesn't owe me anything now. Didn't need him then, don't need him now. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. I've been saying that a lot through the day. Don't you forget it. I don't know why it's catchy, you know. But anyways, it's just been a disappointment for me. But I already knew it would be. I thought I'd be a fully healed man by now, not in any pain. It didn't work. It didn't happen. So I'm like, shit, you know. I'm like, God, what do you expect me to do now? What do you expect me to do now, God? I even think you won't come through for me. What do you expect me to do now? You know what I mean? Yeah. Everyone frowns on death by your own hand, but God won't come through for me. So what do people expect? You know? If you don't even have God come through for you, it's over. In my opinion, it's over. You know? Anyways, that's all I want to say in this video. No Dragon Ball Z today. I gotta take things seriously, you know. You know, because it's just me now. You know what I mean? It's just me. Yeah. So, gotta rely on my own effort. Again. As always. As always, you know. Doesn't matter. Yeah. God already knew I'd hit this crossroads. He already knew I would. I'm like, I already knew God couldn't come through. I already knew that. I'm like, I saved God the disappointment. I already knew he would disappoint me. I saved it for him, you know. I did. I saved it for him completely, you know. It's like, don't worry. I know you'll disappoint me. Don't worry. I'm anticipating you disappoint me. Don't worry. That's why I'm fucking around. That's why I'm fucking around on videos. That's why I'm messing around. I know God won't come through. He'll disappoint me. Some way, somehow. I already know that. It's like shit, yeah. It's like my whole life. Think I didn't learn a lesson? I learned a lesson in life about God. Don't you forget it either. I learned some painful lessons about God in my life, you know. Painful lessons, you know. I feel like I have kind of tried to trust God a little bit. I have. You know what I mean? Kind of. You know, I'm like, this ain't going to work. Like, trusting God isn't going to work anyways. But anyways, better get going. Yeah, man. God knows I'm in a bad spot. I'm in a bad spot. I am. It's like, shit. Shit. Yeah. But oh well. That's all I'll say for this video.